Kevin Minden here with Coach Derek Sparks. He is, of course, a person that runs this Cleats versus Cancer organization. And there's a special game Saturday, Cleats versus Cancer. It's between North and South. It's bigger than football. Coach Sparks, there's a lot that goes into. We're here at one of the practices here in South. Take me through what kind of happens behind the scenes and really prepping for this to get organized and run it the correct way.
Man, this actually started happening during the mini camps we were running. We were already kind of evaluating talent from all over the state, Oregon, Idaho, and so that kind of gave us a heads up on what guys would be available to play in the game, and so that was actually the difference, because we already had a heads up on guys, and we're able to do some evaluations ourselves as a staff. And then it was simply reaching out to those guys saying, hey, when you were nominated to play in the game, do you want to opt in and have the opportunity? Or, what we've learned is there's so many different dynamics now, because the season gets pushed to the spring. Now there's spring sports. Guys are playing multiple sports, of course. They played their season in the spring. Some guys got banged up, injured, could not play, had to opt out. And the other dynamic I think that people don't understand is guys have already decided where they're going to go to school. And so previous years, we play this thing in December for the opportunity to give guys one last chance to get a look from a college recruiter. And then, of course, early signing date is December, and then February signing date. And so the dynamic has shifted totally. All right. Now, there are a few guys out here that are still on the clock, still looking for an opportunity to play college football, and that's awesome. And so obviously they're motivated by that, to come out and get some game film, put their best foot forward among some great competition. There's some dudes in this now. There's some real talent, guys who decided that, hey, I'm gonna play in the game, even though I'm signed to go to Arizona State to play receiver. Junior Alexander is the guy I'm talking about, Kennedy Catholic. He said, man, I got a strong connection to Cleats versus Cancer. I want to play in it anyway, Coach. Do you mind if I take that receiver spot? And of course, I love Junior, and he's been representing for my daughter in this cause ever since she was diagnosed and got sick. And it was a natural fit. So we're pleased to be able to have this game. We didn't know if we were going to. If you remember, Kevin, we played a doubleheader, almost 2 years ago, and 200 kids, and now we got 100 kids, right, out of 300 plus names. So it just goes to show that there's so much going on with our student athletes that it's telling. It's telling for sure.
Two things, Coach. One is the aspect of just it's bigger than football, right? And this is about cancer, and there's some stories behind some of these players, right, that are bringing something to the table here, to wanting and are very passionate to want to be a part of this game and show that hey, they had to deal with that at home. Take me through what those petitions, you get those letters, you get those things from those players. It's got to be something that just hits your heart, and a reason of, boy, it's bigger than Cleats versus Cancer, North versus South. This is just something that goes deeper.
It's something that goes deeper. I think cancer have touched many families in many different ways. Obviously, folks who are in it thick right now, who are fighting cancer, maybe someone that they lost recently, or maybe someone that beat it, right, and has lived to tell their story and kind of their hardship. And then when you add the element of COVID and the struggle of that, the mental health that goes along with that, it's just a whole nother element that our student athletes have to worry about. Staying motivated. You're in front of your computer doing school all day, and there's no other outlet because you've been told you can't go anywhere, right? And so that was early on COVID, and now we've loosened up, and we've through the game learned how to social distance, learn how to practice, learn how to be together, right, and keep each other safe. Now, is that 100%? No, but at least we're conscious about it, right? And so the theme this year, bigger than football, obviously it speaks for itself. This is something that we're doing to bring awareness, number one, that there's so many families in our community that is fighting cancer, that we are all connected and don't even know it. And this is an opportunity for us to come out and say, hey, here's what I'm playing for. You know, I'm playing for my aunt, my uncle, my grandpa, grandmother, sister, brother, teacher, coach, right? That's fighting cancer. And then at the same time, we have the cool thing of making some donations to organizations like Brandon Huffman's foundation, right? He lost his daughter to brain cancer, and I'm pleased that we'll be able to make another donation this year to his foundation. And so it's those kind of things where it just brings it all home. Yeah, and football does that. It brings us together, and we can coach and play a game that we love. One more time for the seniors. We've been saying it. Hey, you got to protect the game because it can be taken away. It could go away. And so we understand that we have to do our part as coaches, players, and the community, from everybody, involved, from the fans to who's coming to watch, to how we social distance to get our ticket, to everything being paperless, minimizing contact, having our stations where we can go and hit our hand sanitizer, making sure when we go to the bathroom that we wash our hands, 40 seconds or something.
It's the little things.
It's just the little things that we forget because it's not something that we had to think about. And I always say it's a gift and a curse with everything. I think a little bit of good came out of COVID. I mean, as a coach, you learn how to coach better. You learn how to modify things, and you find out that, hey, I kind of like that. I never thought of doing it like that. Zoom is phenomenal. You can get so much done. The days of, hey, I can't make that meeting, it's over because you can, right? And so I think we just have to continue to find a silver lining in the hardship that we're going through as a country, as a world, in the world, man, because everybody's dealing.
Coach.
1 o'clock at French Field. It's our 3rd year doing it at Kent. We love Kent School District. They're gracious about, hosting us. They make sure that they roll out the red carpet. They want everyone to have a great experience in that beautiful stadium. And it's going to be a 1 o'clock pregame start. We'll get introduction going. Ian Furness will be at the helm doing what he does, and it's special for the student athletes because it's like being at an NFL game. He brings the juice, right? He introduces the guys, where they're from, and it gives you goosebumps. Yes, Mario Bailey will be there at coin toss as well. Brandon Gibson, legend Coug, and also NFL veteran for many, many years, will be there at the coin toss. So we try to make it as special as we can for these guys one more time.
Well, appreciate you, Coach Sparks. Thank you so much for really making a game like this very special, not only for the families and seeing that it is bigger than football, but also to have those student athletes get another shot to be able to get looked at for North or South. So everyone, be there for the Cleats versus Cancer game at French Field. Thank you so much, Coach Sparks. You have a good one.
All right, thank you.